Anyway, I just tweeted that this guy was next, that he might be the people's champ. And by that I mean Jolene might be the celebrity choice, but this guy's the one guy that everybody seems to be throwing their weight behind because he came out of nowhere. He won the golden ticket on Wednesday, and now he's here to take a shot at immortality. He's the wild card. We had never heard of him. We had never seen him, and here he is. It would be, I put it out there on Twitter already, it would be the greatest story in the history of the Smack Off if this guy could win it. We didn't even know who he was 72 hours ago. Let's go to it. Mark in Hollywood. Mark, welcome to the Chocolate Factory. You're on the clock. What's up, bud?
Oh, a golden shower. Ugh. Yo, what's cracking, Jim? Yo, wow, the last 48 hours has been an absolute whirlwind for me. I mean, my first call to the jungle, great to rip that golden ticket, got the invite to the Goober Factory, but believe me, I had no time to go all Miami Heat and rise through the stage as a pre-celebration, because even if I hadn't been here before, I had to act like it. So I iced down, hit treatment, hopped off the plane, and arrived at the Smack Off a day later. So suffice to say, this morning I had to do a quick Hollywood-style prep. You know the prep, Jim. I woke up, left the bar, I grabbed a mani-pedi, checked my trust fund, hit the firing range, otherwise known as the 405, quick wrestling session with a fat female casting director, which landed me a one-liner on a show that I soon found out didn't even exist, sucked, wrote a bad check to the $5.36 per gallon gas station after I filled up my thrice stepdad's Ferrari, and made it to the Snickers factory just in time to squeeze by Jay Stu, our resident Augustus. Now, understandably, the first inclination is to go all KB and Bako, beat my chest, and start taking random pot shots at legends, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not taking anything away from the legends. I've listened to these guys for the last 12 years and completely respect their game. You know, it's like March Madness. You're going to have your Kentucky program like Israel in LA, or your UNCs like Jeff in Richmond. But Jim, just like a VCU or Butler of years past, maybe I'm just young enough and dumb enough to not let the enormity of the moment of hate and run with the big boys. Maybe in this world of smack that gets so personal and goes so over the line that it even makes Ryan and Wichita crit, maybe there's still room for a fashion miracle. Now, Roman, come off as another Mr. Positive. You know, I'm not trying to take the edge out of this thing. For example, since I grabbed that ticket, my Twitter has been inundated with internet gangsters and pimple-faced losers that are taking a run at me and are somehow shocked that I'm an actor and a writer. Yeah, they're cracking on my headshots, my avatar. Jay Stu must be my acting coach. Yeah, of course I'm an actor. I rock the handle Mark in Hollywood, morons. I live in LA. Everyone here is an actor or is in TV or radio. You know, that would just be like if my name was Mark in Corona and all of you were surprised that I was a drug-dealing, voice-cracking, scripted weakling that's been stuck in puberty for the last 20 years. Or if my name is Mark in NoCal and you were shocked that I was a cow-tipping, slack-jawed yokel and bestiality expert. Or if my name was Mark in Farmington and you were all in awe that I was a 36-24-36. No, seriously, Jim. On a side note, I love Jolene. Me and all people, I love Cinderella stories, miracles. But I have a feeling if you let Jolene into the studio, it's going to go as well for you guys as it did for the people that went to Carrie's prom. I mean, it's funny and charming and offbeat on the phone, but when she's giving you the same disjointed, straight-jacket takes in person and her eyes are moving independently of each other, and she proceeds to show you her newly tattooed forehead that says, "I want to wear Jim Rome's skin," well, I'm going to shut up now because she might be lurking outside window. You know, Romy, last year I introduced my girl to the show, and it's funny as you say, you know, you need to listen to the show a few weeks to get the jungle references. Well, she gets the references, but not the sports team, ironic turn of events. So I have to explain to her why you go in on LeBron a lot, because he's a front-running look-at-me choker, or why you rant on that it's not him that's the problem, but it's the
Hey, Mark, let me ask you something.
Wait, Jim?
Let me ask you something.
Yo,
man, why are you doing? You sounded tape for a minute the way it was kind of glitching out.
No, I'm
Mark.
Romy.
What kind of phone are you on? It's just a bad phone.
Romy, I'm on my cell phone.
All right, man, do it. Keep going.
Again?
Go ahead.
Well, Jim, I was just going to say, you know, I got interrupted, but there's these midgeted freaks that are coming out of the woodwork. Jim, hold on, let me put up the phone here. Oompa loompa doopa dee doo. Vic and Jay Moore need the beat room. Oompa loompa doopa dee. Please pay your alimony, Mike and Indy. What do you think makes Trapper so strange? Why is Joe in the OC so lame? Why does Bodie have to be a huge hick? I afraid he smack just makes us sick. Maybe he's just plain washed up. Oompa loompa doopa dee doo. Hey Jolene, that is for you. Yo, maybe someday you clones will learn. Mess with Team Mark and you'll get Oompa Lee served. Wow, Romy, this is amazing. All of these orange freaks just took all the clones in the smack off out of the chocolate factory, and I'm the only one left. And you know why? Because I'm a listener, Jim. At heart, that's what I am. A wise man listens first, speaks second. So here is a call to all of the listeners. It's time to rise up. It's time to outwork your talent. This is a changing of the guard, a paradigm shift, a call to action, a revolution. Because, Jim, I'm nothing special. I know there are other clones out there that have been listening longer than I have. And if I can inspire one person, I've done my job, and this Cinderella story will have a happy ending. Wore the XR4, wore Jay Stu putting down his jersey on Romy's desk for me, and shots and underdogs everywhere. 5 seconds to go in the game, Jim. 4 seconds. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
Mark in Hollywood. All right, you know what? Great creativity, great delivery, great energy, great content. The phone line hurts him. Now, good recovery after I jumped in. Kept it together. He had set that whole thing up for the song, and it was good. But the phone line does hurt. You know, how many of you thought when you heard that, like, that was a skip in the tape, or that was a ding in the tape? You know, probably unfair, because the guy clearly has game and is creative. Be careful with the cell phone. Some of his punchlines got snipered. The call was better than that. Be careful with the cell phone. All that said, for a guy to come out of nowhere with the golden ticket and show up day of, I thought he nailed it. Where do you slot him? Now you've got 3 calls that made it through. Dan in D.C., Trapper, Gino got run, and Mark in Hollywood. That was the guy that I said was the people's champ that people were pushing for. Did you get what you thought? Where do you come out on that? Get to Twitter. Hit me with your responses. All right, I got to get out. I'm telling you, cannot be too careful with that phone line. That's twice now we've had phone issues. That's never really been an issue in the past. We've already had 2 callers in the first hour with bad phone lines. Smack Off 18, continuing live from Southern California. Make sure you slot it as you go and get to Twitter and let me know.